Hello, Sandy Lee here, and I'm bringing you a little video about the happiness journey that I was inspired to create. So that came to me the other morning when I was sitting out on my deck. The beautiful sun rays were coming into my body and my soul, and I was absorbing them, and I was just watching my coffee, and I was watching the steam floating up into the air, and I just felt this beautiful moment of presence, absolute complete presence of that moment. And I noticed within that a spark of happiness and joy came just from being present with my morning coffee, sitting there in the sun. There was nothing else happening but just me in that moment. And so from that sparked this inspiration to create the happiness journey, and that's what I'm here to share with you now. And I also I'm giving an excerpt from my book, which I wrote 2017, Spiritual Quest. And at the end, and there will also be a meditation. So that's why I'm here. And so let's carry on, shall we? So happiness is not some faraway map that we have to try and get to and achieve. It's actually a process of just coming into the moment, and we sometimes it's that mantra of if only, and when that happens, and maybe even feeling that happiness belongs to other people, maybe the rich people or the people who have got careers or better jobs or a better car or whatever, a bigger bank account. But that's not the happiness I'm talking about in this happiness journey. It's the way that the morning sun greets us, the laughter we share with others, the gratitude that fills our hearts just for the small things. And when we pause and we breathe, just take a moment to feel within ourselves, feeling our heart, focusing on our breath. That can bring with it a moment of happiness and joy if we allow that. Take the moment. And the journey to happiness is not to happiness. It's about being in the happiness, not chasing it, and just knowing that everything does fall into place. It's about choosing joy in the things right now, finding light even in the cloudy days, and allowing love and gratitude and peace to guide you forward. The journey is yours. It's unique, beautiful, and it's ever growing. And every smile you give, every moment you treasure, every act of kindness that you do and that you share adds to the story of your life lived. And so just right now, just take a deep breath and just open your heart and step onto that path. The happiness journey begins not tomorrow or someday in the future when you've got this or when you've got that, but right here and right now. And in the pursuit of happiness, there is a tendency perhaps to look externally, as we are just saying, but the real source of happiness lies within. And the quest for happiness begins by looking at how our thoughts are structured too. That's a big part of it. If we're speaking to ourselves negatively and saying things that are nasty or degrading, that's going to pull us right down. And happiness is not found in that vibration. And so by looking at our thoughts and and our feelings and seeing what they're reflecting to us and shifting them. So if thoughts are clouded by negativity, feelings will reflect this. And if feelings are low, then we create a low vibe, which attracts low vibes, as we know. The law of attraction is big, and we all at some stage have experienced that. And challenges sometimes feel like unmovable objects. Daily tasks may feel like huge chores, and navigating life seems like a difficult, perhaps impossible task. if thoughts and feelings are unchecked and we just let them run amok. So by just, it can feel like life is getting the pleasure squeezed out of it just purely by what we're feeling and thinking. And it's not discounting that aspects of ourselves do have those thoughts and feelings. But when we're on the path of happiness, we are acknowledging those thoughts, acknowledging those feelings, and shifting them. And then we shall work as we work through, as I'm doing videos on each chapter of the Book of Spiritual Quest, we will get to healing and how to heal those aspects. But part of it is actually shining the light of happiness for the aspect that holds that the perception of life that's draining. And so, and that can be quite dismal. But that can be changed through thought awareness and shifting perceptions from negative frame to one that reflects positivity, and becoming aware of the thoughts and the affecting how they're affecting us right there and then, and not allowing them to just keep going. And that's how we attend to our emotional well-being. And that provides a sound platform which to build on to create an inner state of happiness. And just a note, the use of the word negative is for identification purposes and associated with the effect that it has on our well-being. It doesn't make such thoughts and feelings wrong or unimportant. They're very important, but it's just acknowledging, becoming aware of them, because all thoughts and feelings are important and provide vital clues to the workings of the inner self and the various perceptions and different aspects of self we have of ourselves. So shifting through thoughts into happy mode and shifting through feelings to reflect the same is, let's just take a moment right now and just think of something that makes you happy and just notice what happens to your feelings. Even if it's just the sun coming out today or the air you're breathing, because the feelings will follow that thought. And things flow more smoothly when in a positive frame of mind. So while being happy all the time is an unrealistic expectation, because we are faced with challenges and adversity and trials and tribulations, that's life. That's our soul, what our souls come here and to experience. And those aspects that we experience the negative through are what we assimilate so that we can actually do healing. And that helps to heal the soul as well. But that's a different topic. We're talking about happiness. So, and so when we weave a strong vibration of happiness into our energy field, doing this helps to build the resilience needed for those trials and tribulations and challenges that we go through in life when we encounter them. And resilience is a safety barrier that protects us from being pulled into the spiral of despair that sometimes challenges in life can do. And when things don't go our way, and it helps us to deal more effectively when faced with them. So resilience also provides the flexibility to bounce back. And when we become more resilient, things don't seem so heavy. That lightens the load, and we create more happiness. And so thoughts that provide the narration to an experience affects and impacts the experience that we have too. For example, in the case of a lost sporting tournament, for instance, or not gaining a well-earned report or a well-earned award, or feeling the disappointment, of course, will be natural. However, the thoughts that accompany the feeling of being defeated or deflated at the disappointment, they will harness the greatest impact. So thoughts, of course, acknowledge the loss and then embrace the overall experience, as there's always something positive in every experience. What was gained, what was learned, how the experience contributed to growth, and overall, the tournament or the award will serve in a positive way if looked upon it in that way. And the more happiness we create within ourselves, just in those moments, is how we're able to broaden our perspective on the experiences that do disappoint and create the despair or whatever we're experiencing in our lives through the challenges. And when things don't turn out as hoped and is accompanied by thoughts of helplessness and hopelessness and personal insult, and we start to put ourselves down, and that can be the undoing of us if we allow it, if we allow that disappointment. So because we're on a happiness journey and we're choosing happiness, we shift those thoughts as we come to them, and we look for, if you like, the silver lining of every dark cloud. And so because when we can even use the disappointment to fuel a positive approach, and then bounce back and use mechanisms, tools and techniques, and engage in a different way, and that helps to propel us forward. And because thoughts can be problem focused or solution focused, the choice lays with the thinker, which is us. And negative thoughts oppose, whereas positive thoughts facilitate an inner state of happiness. So, thought awareness, being a thought investigator, begins by recognizing your inner dialogue. And this is the internal voice that we identify with as being who we are. This internal voice chats away. It's not who we are, by the way, it's created. But we are a soul having a human experience. But the internal voice chats away all the time. It tells us what to think. It tells us what it thinks about us. It tells us what to think about others. It tells us what to do and how to do it. It maintains a continuous stream of conversation. The inner voice speaks in the same tone. In other words, it's always identified as being our own voice. However, it does represent many aspects of ourselves. And one such aspect which can really douse the happiness is the inner critic. I'm bringing this up because it's aware. Its awareness is key. And the inner critic is an aspect that brings to mind memories of perceived failure. Failure is not a thing. Failure is feedback. And it reminds us of our personal inadequacies. So the words of the inner critic resonate with the images embedded in the psyche, many of which were formed during our childhood, when there was a lack of understanding and the inability to rationalize what was happening at the time. So it's really important to understand where that voice is coming from, the inner critic, and how it's having an impact. And thus many of the impressions held of self are false. Unfortunately, these false impressions appear very real and stand in the way of our happiness. And there are a multitude of reasons for this, including not feeling worthy of happiness, disillusionment of what happiness is, and pushing happiness away due to fear of the consequences that may follow should we allow ourselves to be happy, e.g., the disappointment of sorrow. And all these things affect the way we feel about ourselves and the impact on our actions and our behavior. And so, added to this, the inner critic thinks it knows what others are thinking about us. It's a mind reader, which reaffirms the negative opinions of the inner critic that has about us, and then it further disempowers us. So, these aspects are what lay at the core of our worries, as they are focused on whatever burdens us. And that be it fear of rejection, humiliation, failure. Failure is feedback, remember? Loss, whatever it is. Worry of these things on a subconscious level sends thoughts into turmoil. And so we have to go snap. We're on the happiness journey and we shift them, because worry-filled thoughts are antagonists to happiness. And when worry comes to douse happiness, it will appear to come with merit. We believe what it's telling us. We'll have a reason worthy of worry, of concern, and the outcome, which may see such things as the, say for instance, the happiness found in relationship will fall under scrutiny if it's making us happy, and we start to nitpick and see things that that are reflecting back to us something about ourselves. Again, that is a different topic, and we shall keep aligned on where we're at the moment. So even the proposal of something good occurring, such as a job opportunity, a friendship, a journey, or a presentation of a new path to follow, could be fraught with concern. And this douses the positive vibe happiness brings before it even gets a chance to shine. And that's why each day I'm creating a meme or a reel or something to be able to bring forward the conscious awareness of the journey of happiness right now, right here in this moment. And so because the subconscious mind, we have to keep reminding ourselves, because the subconscious mind can sabotage, and we don't want sabotage of our happiness. And because this becomes the repetitive negative thoughts and uncharacteristic behavior that we see. And it's during this time that we do need to be aware of the small voice that's calling from the distance. And that's the voice of awareness calling you to recognize what's going on and to take conscious control of what's happening before it starts to crumble the happiness. And that's why these posts and reminders are really important. So taking conscious control is to use affirmations, reframe negative banter into positive self-talk, and create positive visual image. Visualization is so important, and it works. Whether that be positive or negative, it works. So using techniques that enhance positive thoughts and images of self attunes to the vibration of happiness. And this is the definition of true, authentic happiness. It is not dependent on external sources. It's derived from within. And these are the things that we can do to help ourselves to elevate our mood, and that can change and transform situations on so many levels, and it makes us feel so much better, and it improves our ability to cope with this life. So some things to perhaps use is to listen to uplifting music, wear bright colors, buy flowers and bring them into the home, or pick them from the garden, but always say thank you to nature. Eat fresh food that revitalizes the body, and breathe deeply and inhale the essence of life. Practice thought awareness and use those beautiful positive affirmations that, when used regularly, work. And reframe negative self-talk into positive self-encouragement. And post positive quotes, I'm helping you with that, where they will be seen on a regular basis. And a beautiful thing that's so much fun is to create a vision board of happy images and tune out those negative conversations that want to encroach on you. That's the news, that's very negative. And replace self-criticism with constructive self-feedback, and choose the company of those that lift you up and create positivity. Yes, turn off the news, please. And laugh, laugh and laugh. And just a quick note, happiness is not a steady state of being achieved by reaching a certain level and then you're on the happiness scale and that's guaranteed everlasting happy feelings. Happiness does ebb and flow, and and just like we do. And accepting this improves our overall happiness as it dissolves this unrealistic image of what happiness looks like and allows us to see that we are not missing the happiness boat. So we do not have to climb any certain heights to find happiness or have a predisposition to having low levels of happiness or whatever. We can choose right here. And we know that happiness is a feeling, an inner feeling of elation, elation, vibrating so strongly it infuses every single cell of the body with light. So, feeling all bubbly and happy. So feelings of happiness also radiate outwards and touches everything that it comes in contact with. And we know that when someone smiles at us, we lift in our spirits. When we see someone radiating joy and it makes us feel better, we can be that inspirational spark for ourselves and for others. And light-hearted, jovial, gracious feelings flow freely. And embracing the glow of inner serenity, how beautiful, is the key to lasting contentment. And lasting contentment also factors in the trials and tribulations of life. And contentment forms a foundation of emotional well-being. Happiness sparks the light that infuses our life with joy. And true happiness is found by being heart-centered. So much joy in our hearts. And heartfelt thoughts are filled with compassion, kindness towards ourselves and towards others. And because we know that negativity is renowned for knocking the sparkle out of happiness, and we are putting the sparkle into happiness. So look negativity in the eye and laugh out loud. Sometimes you have to fake it till you make it, but you can make it. So the formula for happy feelings is to exchange negative thought for positive engagement. It might sound something like this. Here's just a few little affirmations. I am radiant with inner happiness and joy. Happiness flows into all aspects of my life. Every day I notice moments of happiness. You might like to write something. Also to stop and absorb those moments. I am fully present and take time to appreciate what is in my immediate environment. A beautiful plant. I'm looking at a beautiful plant here. That brings me happiness. And my happy thoughts create happy feelings. And another one is smile often, laugh loudly, and think and speak kindly of yourself. And I am centered in my happy place. And on that note, I'm going to bid you farewell, and there will be a happiness guided journey following. So please stay tuned after this talk, and I will bid you much love and blessings. The guided journey of happiness. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down, and gently close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in and slowly exhale. Allow your body to soften and allow your mind to settle. Just notice the rhythm of your breath now as you inhale deeply in through your nose, letting your lungs fill with fresh air, and then exhale gently, releasing any tension. With each breath, you feel lighter and calmer and more at peace. Now imagine a gentle smile forming not only on your face but in your heart, and feel that smile spreading throughout your body, relaxing your shoulders, softening your chest, and filling your entire being with warmth. Happiness begins here, in this quiet moment of presence. Bring to mind now one thing you're grateful for today. It could be as simple as the breath in your lungs, perhaps a kind word from somebody, or the sunlight outside your window. Let that feeling of gratitude glow and grow inside you like a beautiful golden light warming every cell of your body. Now imagine this happiness expanding beyond you. See the golden light radiating outward, touching the people around you, filling your home, your community, and spreading across the world. You are a source of joy, and your happiness brightens everything it touches. Take one more deep breath in and out. Feel the light of happiness resting gently within you. Know that this joy is always here, waiting for you no matter what. Carry it with you as you return to your day, peaceful, grateful, and smiling from within. When you are ready, gently wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes, and very slowly open your eyes. Notice how calm, notice the joy, notice that happiness is here and it looks beautiful on you. Thank you, with love and blessings. Bye for now.